10 muscle cars from 1970 that cement GM's legacy as the king of performance vehicles. General Motors started the golden age of American muscle with iconic cars like the 1964 Pontiac GTO, but a corporate decision banned engines over 400 cubic inches, limiting their power. In 1970, GM lifted this ban, unleashing powerful 454s and 455s, marking the peak of their muscle car dominance. 10. 1970 Chevrolet Monte Carlo SS. Average price $30,823. The Chevrolet Monte Carlo isn't usually part of the conversation about classic GM muscle cars, but it's an American-made, two-door midsize with a powerful V8, which checks off all the right boxes. Perhaps because it was a luxury ride, people forgot it was also a street machine. The upscale Plymouth GTX, marketed as the gentleman's muscle car, is always included, and so too should the Monte Carlo. Introduced in 1970, this swanky Chevy had the kind of power options that made it a legit street predator. The 1970 Chevrolet Monte Carlo SS, initially priced at $3,123, has seen rising value due to its combination of luxury and muscle. Though often overshadowed by the Chevelle SS454, its unique appeal has made it a growing star in the classic car market. With values steadily increasing, well-preserved SS454 models, especially those with original high-performance options, are particularly sought after by collectors looking for an alternative to mainstream muscle cars. 9. 1970 Chevrolet El Camino SS454 LS6. Average price $47,128. This may come as a shock to some people, but the 1970 Chevrolet El Camino is a 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle, only with a truck bed. That's not to say they are similar, but actually the same model, as they are both built on the A-body platform. Also, from the front bumper to B-pillar, the El Camino and Chevelle are identical. Technically, since the El Camino doesn't have a back seat. It also lacks a B-pillar, but you get the point. This is the front half of a Chevelle and the back half of a pickup truck. The 1970 Chevrolet El Camino SS454 LS6, built on the same A-body platform as the Chevelle, was priced at around $3,100 when new, which was a reasonable price for a muscle car with pickup truck capabilities. With the addition of the 454 cubic inch LS6 V8 engine, the El Camino SS454 became a muscle car in its own right. This iconic vehicle has seen its value steadily rise since its appearance in El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie, further cementing its status as a beloved classic. 8. 1970 Chevrolet Camaro SS. Average price $47,587. Unlike the Pontiac Firebird Trans Am, which would eventually get a massive post-GM ban engine in 1971, the Chevrolet Camaro was never gifted the 454 cubic inch V8, but always loved. In 1970, two versions of the 454, LS6 and LS7, were listed on spec sheets and sales brochures as engine options, but no Camaro equipped with either was ever produced. Chances are it was a mistake, because if a Camaro 454 LS6 was actually available, people would have ordered them. The 1970 Chevrolet Camaro SS, originally priced around $3,500, has become a highly valued classic muscle car. Powered by the 396 cubic inch V8 engine producing 375 horsepower, the Camaro SS 396 offered impressive performance for its time, outperforming the Z28 in quarter-mile times. despite the confusion surrounding the 454 cubic inch V8 option, which was listed but never produced. The Camaro SS 396 remains a favorite among muscle car enthusiasts. Its performance, aggressive styling, and solid market appeal continue to make it a desirable option for collectors seeking a genuine piece of Chevrolet's muscle car legacy. 7. 1970 Pontiac GTO 455. Average price $54,822. The Judge Performance trim gets all the headlines, but a little-known fact is the regular model GTO had just as much right to the 455 engine in 1970. Pontiac conservatively rated the 455 at 360 horsepower as a gift to buyers who were trying to get this monster insured. Lower power ratings meant lower premiums, but this engine was most certainly over 400 ponies, as evidenced by its mid-13 quarter-mile time, which is how a lot of 425 horsepower Hemi-equipped Mopars ran. The 1970 Pontiac GTO 455, initially priced around $3,500, is now a highly sought-after classic. While the Judge trim often steals the spotlight, the 455 V8 engine in the base GTO delivered similar performance, making it a sleeper in the muscle car world. Despite its lower initial horsepower rating, the 455 engine produced over 400 horsepower, placing it on par with the top competitors of the era. As demand for authentic muscle cars rises, the GTO 455 continues to appreciate in value. 6. 1970 Chevrolet Nova SS 396. Average price $62,438. Stuntman Mike used a third-gen Chevy Nova as a murder weapon in Quentin Tarantino's slasher film Death Proof because it really was a killer ride. Completely redesigned in 1968 with a new muscular stance like an angry little Chevelle, the Nova grew in length to just 1 inch shy of a mid-size. Additionally, the Nova SS was morphed from a trim option to a performance package to match the car's aggressive new appearance. The 1970 Chevrolet Nova SS 396, originally priced around $3,100, has become a highly sought-after muscle car on the collector's market. As the final year for the 396 cubic inch V8, this model is particularly prized for its combination of aggressive styling and potent performance. With 375 horsepower and mid-13-second quarter-mile times, the Nova SS 396 remains a top-tier muscle car for enthusiasts. Its rare status and connection to Chevrolet's muscle car legacy have only enhanced its value over time, with well-maintained examples continuing to command strong prices at auctions. 5. 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS454 LS6. Average price $77,183. The second-gen Chevrolet Chevelle is one of, if not the most iconic rides from the golden age of American muscle. The 1970 Chevelle SS454 is the pinnacle of design, and, when equipped with the 454 cubic inch LS6 V8, the peak of performance for the ultimate classic era GM muscle car. The Chevelle got a major overhaul in 1968, followed by yearly updates that culminated in the brutal battering ram style of the 70 Street Intimidator. GM finally lifting the big engine ban meant the Chevelle had some snarl to go along with its attitude. The 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS454 LS6 is a highly sought-after piece of American muscle car history, powered by its 454 cubic inch LS6 V8 engine producing 450 horsepower. Once priced at around $3,500 when new, the Chevelle SS454 LS6's performance, aggressive design, and prominent place in muscle car history have helped it maintain significant appeal among collectors. Today, it continues to be a prized classic, with its rarity and iconic status driving its desirability on the market. 4. 1970 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am Ram Air 4. Average price $81,517. Apparently, Team Firebird didn't get the memo that GM dropped the silly big engine ban, so the Pontiac pony car wouldn't immediately get a 455 under the hood. That's okay, though, as the 1970 Firebird Trans Am was still rocking the legendary 400 cubic inch Ram Air 4 engine, which was responsible for the first 13-second GM muscle car of the Golden Age. Also, in 1970, the Firebird got some all-new styling that made a killer ride even more lethal in appearance. The 1970 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am Ram Air 4, originally priced around $4,305, has seen its value skyrocket due to its rarity and high-performance reputation. With only 88 units produced, it is one of the rarest Firebirds of its era. Its aggressive styling, powerful engine, and limited availability make it highly desirable among collectors. As demand for classic American muscle cars continues to rise, the Firebird Trans Am Ram Air 4 remains a valuable investment, with its market value steadily increasing. 3. 1970 Buick GSX Stage 1. Average price $81,859. The Buick Grand Sport has quietly been a very capable muscle car since its introduction in 1965. But in 1970, it got really loud with the GSX, Grand Sport Experimental. The Skylark-based appearance, performance, and handling package came standard with a 455 cubic inch V8 that was rated at 350 horsepower and a Stage 1 variant that took it up by 10, while both generated a stump-pulling 510 pound-feet of torque. Either engine was tragically underrated, as evidenced by the GSX's low 13s quarter-mile time. The 1970 Buick GSX Stage 1 is one of the rarest and most desirable classic muscle cars from that era. Launched at an attractive price of $4,198, it was an upscale offering with all the performance options Buick had available at the time. Despite its low production number, with only 678 cars sold and just 400 Stage 1 variants, the GSX Stage 1 quickly became a highly collectible piece of American muscle car history. Today, it remains a sought-after gem for collectors, with its rarity and performance securing its place as one of the most revered classics. 2. 1970 Oldsmobile 442 W30. Average price $85,796. During General Motors' GM's dopey big engine ban, many dealers found a loophole in the COPO program, in which they could special order powerful V8s in intermediate muscle cars. Oldsmobile found a better workaround by partnering with a third party to produce the 455-equipped Hurst Olds 442 models in 1968 and 1969. With the lift of the ban in 1970, there was no need for a Hurst Olds, as the 442 could legally leave the factory with a big honking 455 cubic inch V8. The 1970 Oldsmobile 442 W30, with its legendary 455 cubic inch V8 engine, was originally priced at around $3,500 when it was first released. The W30 package, which added $369 to the base price of the 442, made it a more powerful and desirable option for muscle car enthusiasts at the time. Today, the 442 W30's value has risen significantly, with prices varying depending on condition. 1. 1970 Pontiac GTO Judge Ram Air 4. Average price, $119,448. In 1970, the 455 cubic inch V8 became available for the Pontiac GTO and its high-performance package, the Judge. But the 400 Ram Air 4 was a brief holdover and a much more elusive engine option. Only 804 GTOs were blessed with the 400 Ram Air 4 in 1970, with just 397 Judge cars, making for a super-rare classic piece of American muscle. Many observers might be tempted to write off the Ram Air 4 as the 455 was an option in 1970, but the 400 was just as good, if not better. The 1970 Pontiac GTO Judge Ram Air 4, equipped with the rare 400 cubic inch Ram Air 4 V8, was priced around $3,500 when it was first introduced, positioning it as an affordable performance car in its day. However, with only 397 Judge versions produced, it quickly became a rare and highly sought-after muscle car. Today, the GTO Judge Ram Air 4 has become a prized collector's item, with its value reflecting its rarity, performance, and iconic status in muscle car history.